Justice Kavanaugh?
So the exact words we use on that question in the opinion, if we were to agree with your side, will undoubtedly be the subject of a lot of debate. So I want to get it exactly right. So what are you advocating? I've heard you say necessary, essential, or highly useful. Is that the formulation?
We would say that's a great formulation, or you could say necessary or at least useful, or you could say just essential, and I think that covers it. But I think the best way to explain this is
those are going to be those are very different in some courts of appeals. So what's your best, your best answers to what the best formulation is from the perspective of the United States for the opinion, if your side wins?
If you're going for the straightforward clarity of a one-word answer, I would say essential. The reason we use
No, you can use multiple words. What's the formulation?
The reason we said necessary or at least useful, and the reason we used that formulation was because in a lot of cases, and a lot of the most straightforward fair cases, it will be necessary. And I think that's why respondent has used that word. We think that there are cases in which it is essential or highly useful, and those should also count.
I always thought necessary and essential were synonyms. If you say necessary and you say essential, that to me means the same thing, which is something different from useful or even highly useful.
We think that highly useful works too. And like I said, I think the reason that a highly useful test would work is in the book review context that I gave Your Honor earlier, which it's not necessary, and I think there's a lot of examples that's the case. I think using the word necessary does lead to more straightforward results in the mine run of cases.
Okay, I'm going to really pin you down again on the necessary or highly useful, or necessary or at least useful.
We would say necessary or at least useful, and the important thing is that it's an affirmative defense. So the defendant in the case is giving a justification for why their borrowing is necessary. What really separates us from petitioner is not necessary versus useful or essential. It's that we think you need that justification for borrowing, right? We think you need some reason why it was essential for you to incorporate the pre-existing work. I think the best formulation, given your considerations here, is necessary or at least useful. That's how I would phrase it, for your opinion.
Very helpful. Thank you.